Dimapur de last week par luigina continuously pani girigina Dimapur la alak jaga de families bishi affect huigina thaga laga global window bar bishi highlight kurina ise tuloga upor luigina aji July 9 de de Nagaland Chief Secretary Dr.J.Alam along with NSDMA Joint Executive Officer Johnny Rongmai aro inaga kurina advisor NSDMA Newsito Nute aro District Administration headed by Dr. Tino Jongshi Chang DC Dimapur aro inaga kurina DCB Chumokidima DC Chumokidima aro Commissioner of Police aro inaga kuna DCB Dimapur khan tahan ba aji Olive Christian Hospital ba luigina Dimapur de kiman flood affected families kan ase tahan jagena visit kobole ase after tahan visit kura bichile DC office ekta short press briefing lobole ase abi tahan inspection bi kinaga thagise aro tahan inspect kura samai de tahan ki ekta dhubule parshi tokan laga opor dibi sai sawo aro press briefing tahan dibule ase bishe to after the press briefing details pa tahan inspection kura laga opor ami kan details pa jagena huta huti koi sabo
So along the Chate river, some houses were affected in Sitikima Sea. Okay. So some families they have relocated also. So we have gone for spot visit. We have given some ERF emergency relief. So if such cases come up,
but we are more concerned about the immediate immediate emergency relief or whatever is to be done. Na?
Okay.
So there you see your SDRF is there, your volunteers are there. Whichever department has the resource, you must take over
Okay,
and use it.
Okay,
don't hesitate. Government will fully be behind you.
Okay.
And DDMA should not work like a some isolated department.
Yes, sir.
It is not.
Yes.
It's supposed to be the full force of the government is there behind DDMA.
Yes.
Ide amahan kulin to effect to 300,000 mila to aro from kulin pita khan state disaster management ta amahan ke support is ita tak amahan relief dita kem khilgen ase council of the local money arrange kori
Like kiman manu ase.
ifale to base in the office to 150 manush na khai thago
wall bi itia crack hobole bishi chances hoise
hoi gina ase
crack ulai ase jini to collect hoise kole to le na paribo man idu pura itia man gas kati ke temporary protection dibule ase
nijite town ase idu upor hoje itia pani suki eni kumdi hoi gina pani suki jole idu nala te pani na jabo
Instead of going that way, na, it was straight that in a Gusigana, Dansri de Jaile Balo, sir.
Itu same road, Purana Tansiri road, Panito Pisarina, yes. We now in a block flooding way.
Say because of the residue which are left behind. So now the depth is only 4 to 5 feet. Floatable rubbices and all too, it's okay. But this non-floatable which are down, that cannot be picked up by main labor also. It has to be done by JCB, but JCB is not accessible everywhere. Right. That's the problem also, and Nagajan also comes there. It joins together before the bridge out here, no?
Pani chama korgana pani nichi chado nichai kana arut inga korgana pay kahibo 30-40,000 laka flower jama korgana rakibo pani pura aigana khotam kori dibo timbra hospital civil hospital jabuli dinne pare any cancer ito rasta pra মই লগা own experience we had 30 years study থাকা টাইমটি এই দোকান স্টুডেন্টস কান চাইলি চকু পানী ওলাই
তো আজি তো আপনার নিজের চকুপৰা আমি দেখি লৈছে তো এইটো কহিমাতে যাই কিনা বি আৰু কথা
Thank you sir, thank you for visiting us.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much for joining this press briefing. We wanted to do it after the meeting, but then Honorable Advisor has another engagement, so we have to prepone it. As we all know, this kind of a freak weather event actually caused flash floods and loss of life, damage to property, and even our road connectivity etc. was also hampered. So just to have a first-hand idea of what kind of landslides have taken place on Kohima-Dimapur, which is the lifeline for our people, and to see the actual situation on the ground in the flood affected areas. See, on the data is there with me. On the 4th of July, 95.4 mm rain was there in Dimapur. On 5th, 92.4, on 6th July, 76.5, and on 8th July, 122 mm rain. So altogether, in the 5 days from 4th July to 8th July, almost like 400 mm of rain fell in Dimapur. I have the data of the previous 2 years also. It has never rained for more than 20 mm in 24 hours. But this year, we are yet to, in the first week of July only, and we have had 661 mm of rainfall in Dimapur. So one can imagine that excessive rainfall is taking place this year. And as we all know, due to climate change, a lot of rain falls in a very short span of time, and that is the cause of many disasters, not only in Nagaland, in many other places also. It leads to flash floods and all that. So we have visited this road stretch from Dimapur to Kohima. We have seen some of the vulnerable spots on the road. Although the NHIDCL and the concerned contractors are taking care of that, but in some portions it's quite worrisome. So we will go back to Kohima, and then we will sit with the departments again to see how best we can deal with the emerging situation. As far as Dimapur is concerned, we had visited some relief camps, and we have visited the low-lying areas where waterlogging and floods have taken place. Though water has receded a little bit now, but still people have told us that in some areas the water level had gone up quite high. So it's actually, as Chief Secretary, it is very rare for me to visit the spots physically. I depend on the reports of officers, departments like that. But then this time I thought I should go personally and see what exactly is the situation, so that whatever support is required from the state government, not only from the disaster side, but also from various other departments also, if any support is required, we should be able to provide. So with that intention we had come. I have seen and we have taken note of. We will further review it. Certain problems have been shared to us by the people of the area that also have been noted, and we will take further action as required.
As we all are aware that because of the drastic changes in the global environment, the last 4 or 5 days there's unprecedented rains, and as I told in the hall that we haven't heard that flood-related casualty for the last so many years from Dimapur, but these times really unfortunate that the tree soil has been perished. Anyway, for me, I take it that it is a challenge for every one of us, and it has really awakened us. As our Chief Secretary was telling that we have visited Walford area, then Vimelu area also. There, my personal observation is, earlier it seems in the 90s, I don't know exactly, but they have made one drainage. That times maybe the settlements, the colony is not that much, but now it is very small comparing the settlements of the vicinities, and it started, it seems, from Tiger, and it is chosen 4 or 5 colonies. Not only that, but you see like quite a good number of places there is a silting. So all those silting, I think we need a civic sense. If we could have removed regularly, somehow I think we can avert the damage. But still then, when we are there in the spot, DC was telling that the public used to send direct to this thing, toilet or in the drainage, the toilet connections. So I think these things are going, and frankly speaking, we Nagas, we don't have much discipline. So we used to dump whatever garbage is there in this thing, drainage. So now almost when we went to this Vimelu colony, the department was telling that it was in 8 feet was being constructed, the height, but now almost all the beds are still there. So these are the issues. So I want to request each and every person that we need to propagate about civic sense and discipline ourselves. And one thing is that the last so many years we don't have even a civic body, but recently under the leadership of our President CM, that the civic body has already been set up. So now you see, like, if every one of us, if we pinpoint, if we look at the government, whatever government we can do, we will do. But if always we say that government, I think it is not help much. So the only thing is, my humble request to the colony members and the elected bodies, I think we need to take a serious business. Things you can see your own colony, what are the need and what need to be done, and this has to be apprised to the concerned authority. If we could have cleared that drainages in time, I think to some extent we can avert the huge damages. But now, as I said earlier, I'm really thankful that this is the awakening point for us. So we need to take very serious for each one of us.
The government will take it up wherever it is possible to have, to take corrective measures. Some colony people actually told us that there is a requirement to, divert some of the drains. And then, of course, as the Honorable Advisor has mentioned, the drains are silted. So their capacity has gone down to a great extent. A drain which is supposed to have a depth of say 8 feet, it has a depth of only 4 feet. That means the capacity is only 50%. And similarly, since the drains are being used like, the funnels for garbage, etc. also, many places the smooth water flow is not there. And because of all these problems, the flooding is aggravated. So, once the survey is completed, I think we will come to know what kind of requirement is there and how it can be taken care of.
Another question. Since you have answered about the encroachment which my colleague has just asked about, and the survey will be conducted and will identify which areas. So when it comes to landowners, they don't want to part also. How strict is the government going to be? And if that also means upsetting certain people in terms of vote banks as well?
I think you have seen how certain encroachments have been removed recently in Dimapur. That airport problem, you are aware. So, of course, there was a long court battle, and after exhausting all the court options, the area was cleared. So, there actually we got full support of the community, various organizations, administration, government departments, everybody was together, and that is how we were successful. Now, here also, if the community support is there, then I am sure the government can take care of this. Certain places, some acquisition, etc. may be required. In some places, there will be encroachment which has to be removed like that. So, it's not an insurmountable problem, in my view.
Actually, when it comes to the fund, the Ministry of Home Affairs has the set of norms, ceiling. So you cannot go more than that. Now, if you really look at it in disaster, there are two things. One, we are looking at damage. When we look at the damage, it is known as the infrastructure or roads or drainages. But there is another side also, it's called loss. Today, when we went to the Bilumi colony, the woman was explaining that she does a floral business. And for the past these many days, I could not do that business. And that is called loss. So now when we really look at it, we have to really look at the two sides, damage and loss. So now disaster management side really comes as a small assistance to mitigate the loss. Then when we say damage is infrastructure building. So infrastructure building per se does not come directly to the disaster management purview. Even if we could gather some fund for the rebuilding or the mitigations, it goes through the departmental, infrastructural department themselves. So ours, what we are looking at it is some assistance to the loss. I hope I am answering your questions. And when it comes to infrastructure today, I think especially Dimapur, both government, community people, and all of us, when it comes to disaster, it affects everyone. Disaster has no color, tall fellow, short fellow, rich fellow, poor fellow, it affects everyone. So I think it's time that we need to really look at it. Dubai city was built for future ready resilient. But look at it last year, Dubai was flooded. Therefore, it is time for Dimapur, especially the commercial hub of Nagaland. We need to build any infrastructure that we are taking up with the philosophy of disaster future resilient. We have to build today for another 100 years. Our honorable advisor have already said, and our chief secretary has also said, the infrastructure that has built was maybe 90 years ago, or maybe during 90s. But for today, unprecedented extreme weather events, this infrastructure is not ready for that kind of unprecedented. So when we're building now, we need to look at future-ready infrastructure from now to 100 years. And for the assistance, I think we have extended 3 ex gratia. We're very sorry for the loss, especially that one family, very young father, left behind I think 3 months or 4 months old daughter. We are very sorry for their loss, and even our chief secretary, our honorable advisors, they have extended the ex gratia. Now when we say that is as per the ceiling of the Ministry of Home Affairs norms, 4 lakhs.
Like the question I think is related to city demand, but as far as Dimapur is concerned, like we have not received any damage as such, but we are assisting the damages caused by the flood in collaboration with councillors, DUCCF, GPs. So at this present juncture, we could not assist the overall of Dimapur district, but we are working on it and will be submitting the report to the government as such. As of now, like we said, it's the fatality is the 3% who died, unfortunately. And other than that, whoever has been stranded, we have already evacuated total 914 individuals, including handicapped, old, and sick persons.
So viewers, apni kan press conference laga upor de detail ba huni lishe. The Nagaland Chief Secretary Dr.J.Alam ajil chundu dahan inspection jeshe along with NSDMA Joint Chief Executive Officer Johnny Rongmai aro inaga kurigina accompanied by advisor NSDMA Newsito Newte aro the district administration headed by Deputy Commissioner Dimapur Dr. Tino Jongchichang. Tahan ba ajil laga inspection jado Dimapur de last week pa luigina continuously pani girina bishi manu effect huina se tuikla nuigina unfortunately tinjun manu gui murishe tahan ba inspection jaw home ekta dikhibole parado ina excessive rainfall hui thaka do climate change hoa garne ina excessive pani giri ase guna bi yede chief secretary mention kurina ase aro tahan aji laga inspection do Olive Christian Hospital ba luigina tahan Walford colony jeshe where relief camps kan set up kurina ase aro tade ami khan khobor paise the 70 household de tahan 300 relief camps kan do relief fund already di dishe guna bi janibule parshi tikla nuigina vilhu medibe flood affected area de tahan janina visit kurisha aro tikla nuigina juntu tinjun manu du flash flood te murishe tahan gibi ex gratia per deceased family de 4 lakhs tissue guna bi janibule parshi tikla nuigina juntu ekta deceased family ase tade bacha baby ekta gibi chief secretary 1 lakh ex gratia dishe guna bi janibule parshi ide kota kurna ja daim de Chief Secretary Dr.J.Alam ekta janibule dia do kumba parts kan do bishi worrisome asuguna bi yede Chief Secretary wa kuigina ase aro ina garna tahan after ajulaga inspection bishi de kohema ja bishi de tahan department logo de buhigina tahan discuss kurigina tahan government laga side pra bi ki madad kurule ase tahan madad kurule ready asuguna bi janibule dishe aro ina garna tahan saina ja daim de do kumba jaga do water locking huigina ina ga public hamba dukpa dikhule parsharo main reason do inaga flash floods kan aha do especially Dimapur do illegal encroach kurina thagaba because there is no proper drainage system public hanba nijor laga motive nijor laga greed upor lugina takhan encroach kurna thagaba tade drainage system rasta choto hoi jawo drainage system na thaga laga upor debi tabe ekta mention kurina se tukla nuigina yede advisor NSDMA Newsito Nutera be janibuli dishi that ami khan manu khan do civic sense nairo there is no discipline bi nai gushi do it's high time for the Nagas ami khan civic sense thagigina discipline thagigina jabole gushi aro ide land encroachment khan laga upor de bi charcha kurna jamne tahan janibuli dishe that ki kadam lowol ase even state government ba bi lowo guna janibuli dishe to kwa nishna jundu last week pa Nagaland de alak jaga de bi bishi effect hui gina sidu flash flood power especially Dimapur de gushiglu do bishi effect hui gina households khan bi bishi effect hui gina thaga laga global winter bar bishi highlight kurisha aro inaga pani continuously girigina flash flood hwa do of course natural calamities space but bhalba sagina saishiglu do man made disasters to ami khan bi as a concerned civilized citizen edu jundu illegal encroachment khan nukurule ase dukan du nukurle pa because proper drainage system na thakawa ina pani khan jawole na parna jama huigina public khan bishi duk paisa ami khan akha kuri thakibo that ami khan bi kwa nishna civilized ase nijor lagaikla na bhabigina as a whole bhabigina age jawole ami khan hope kuri thakibo itagani mani for more news and updates keep watching Global Window. This is Chandbini with my video journalist Anong reporting from This is Office Dimapur.